Uh-huh.
If you have a doctor, he's talking about medicine. If you have an engineer, he's talking about engineering.
Oh, so I thought what I understood from Rajiv was that you will kind of go into my background and
Yes,
my life
yes.
story kinds.
Primarily essentiating the professional efficacies of one.
Yeah.
Like we had for the first we had something about tourism.
Yeah.
And Mr.
So,
Bakri was there. He
so
was talking about
I'm quite
tourism.
a weird character. So
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 myself.
let me tell you very briefly, and then you can tell me how you want to
Sure, sure,
after the interview. So
sure.
I
Atul Bhaiya, can you switch on your video?
oh, video is not there, is it?
हाँ,
Oh.
वो by mistake
Hmm.
बंद हो गया है.
Ah,
हाँ, now it's
Yeah.
perfect.
now it's okay.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what is this turn on reactions? Anyway, so a school in Jamshedpur, college in Sri Ram College, Delhi, then
Okay.
MBA XLRI, then almost 33 years in the corporate world. Uh,
Okay.
Started off as a management trainee in Voltas, then in between moved to Cadbury's, to Britannia, to Colgate, back to Britannia, and hung up as vice president of marketing at Britannia. And
For
then,
Britannia?
sorry,
For Britannia?
yes.
Okay.
And then I set up my own company, which was called Scarlet Tiger Brand Design. Ran it for 7 years. It was a specialized company which worked on the strategy of brands and converted into pack designs. So we did a lot of work for Wipro, for Cadbury, for ITC, for Park Avenue. So, the Cadbury silk packs which you see on shelves are
Right.
by Scarlet Tiger. Vedol lubricant is designed by Scarlet Tiger. Park Avenue range is designed by Scarlet Tiger. So we did all that for 7 years, and then finally decided to move on, retire.
Okay.
So that is my along with Scarlet Tiger, we began to indulge in my passion, which was spirituality and philosophy, and I did a PhD in yoga, and I worked on the benefits of yoga for school children, and that was my thesis, right? And now what I do is one is that I am in an NGO which works with disadvantaged school children. It's called Seniors for Change. That NGO is set up by people from my father's generation who are now in the late
Okay.
80s, 90s, or passed on. And they kind of, one of my father's friends who was a founding member, so he passed it on to so-called the next generation. And so I got in, my friends and colleagues into the organization. So we do a lot of work with government school children. So, we up their skills, we up their, we work with primary school and secondary school children to up their skills. We give them scholarships for higher education, and it's like a hugely impactful program. So
Right.
I am the secretary of SFC now, so that's one thing I do. The other thing I do is I indulge in writing. So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
currently writing a book on the philosophical heritage of India.
Philosophical?
Heritage of India.
Okay.
So philosophical heritage in India covers there are 12 philosophies in the Indian system: Buddhism, Jainism, all the Hindu systems, and the atheists, the Charvaks. So,
Hmm.
so there are 12 recognized systems. So I'm writing a book on that. I'm almost 60% through it. It'll take another year to
Wow.
finish and publish. I do that. Through the office of Zana Foundation, I gave a 1.5 year talk on Patanjali Yoga Sutra.
I was listening to that.
Yeah, yeah. So this is what I do. So now you tell me, how would you like to structure it and stuff.
So,
Also, by the way, I had a very westernized upbringing.
mhm.
Uh, Although my parents were very Bihari and Hindu and all that stuff, but my father was an engineer. He was a
Oh,
atheist.
wow.
He was a total technical guy, and
Right.
and my own influences growing up was very Western. So my music was Western. All the books I read were Western. So my turn towards Indic stuff, Hindu stuff, the Indian philosophy
Mm.
has been in the last 10, 15 years. So it's not that, I come across a lot of people who are on a similar path as me, mainly in southern India, who have had a grandfather, father, or somebody who has kind of coached them, influenced them from the childhood. I had no such thing. So for me, it's all I have learned in the last 10, 15 years. But what I've learned is substantial. I've read the Upanishads, the Gita, the philosophies, and everything.
So interestingly, you grew up with the Western ideologies and now you're transcending it to the Hindu philosophy.
And the reason was very simple, that because of my influence in Western, the only Indian uh, author a person who I read, as in early college days and all, was J. Krishnamurti.
Oh,
But I had no desire to pick up a Vivekananda or a Chinmayananda or any Nandas.
okay.
So all the books which I read were all Western, Tao of Physics and the Conversation with God and Alan Watts and stuff like that. And about maybe 15 years ago, I went to the university where I did my PhD from, and I heard talks given by some of the professors over there. And I said, oh my God, whatever I've been reading is complete. It is like complete, and it is structured, and it's all there. For me, it was like the alchemist moment. पूरा
Okay.
दुनिया घूम के घर में आके तो घर का जमीन खोदा तो सोना मिला, that kind of a thing. So it was a quite
Mm.
amazing transformation for me to discover that, and then I just dived into it. It was, I mean, it was like my destiny pulled me out and said, Bugger, you have to be here. Forget about all this vice president and all nonsense. This is your destiny. So now I'm doing it. So therefore, my strength is I can communicate because of my background. I can
Mm.
communicate with people like yourself, for example.
Right.
I don't get lost in Sanskrit words and all that. So the book, even
Right.
the book which I'm writing, you have to use Sanskrit terms, but with every
Yes.
time I use a Sanskrit term, in the bracket I've written the English term.
Right.
So if I repeated that same term 5 times in a paragraph, 5 times in the bracket I've written. So you don't have to go up and say, oh, what does Ketu mean, for example? Or
So,
what?
but don't you feel the conflict of your ideological upbringing and what you're going through right now? It's such a
Not
different.
at all. I just seamlessly,
Doesn't
my
it
thing
confuse
was,
you?
my thing was spiritual,
Mm.
philosophical. I wanted to know. I wanted to do that.
The
I
inquisitivity.
I went through the Western fellows who were writing on the same stuff, but later I discovered this. If I had discovered earlier, perhaps I would have written 3 books by now. But books, if things happen in their own time, so I have no regrets, no complaints.
Even with me, obviously, while growing up in the 80s and the 90s, that I are, there's a lot of influence of Western culture.
I grew up in the 60s and 70s, thick of the
So,
hippie era, bloody
yeah.
smoking hash and grass in Delhi University. listening to Beatles and Pink Floyd and and
Oh, wow.
Jimi Hendrix, all those fellows.
So maybe when it comes to my generation, it was Guns N' Roses.
Exactly. That's the only difference.
So yeah, the heavy metal influence was there. And now I can't listen to that music now anymore, that loud thing.
Okay.
Just the inner peace is more important.
Mm.
Uh,
Absolutely. I'm in the same place, although I still listen to the music. I enjoy it. Just yesterday I was listening to Eric Clapton.
okay.
So I do still listen to that music. It's a good music. Leonard Cohen.
Yeah,
Clapton.
Beatles were a great follower of
Later in
ISKCON,
life, they
ISKCON philosophies and all.
yes,
You know,
yes. They
a lot of
Krish
people.
Yogi के follower थे वो लोग.
Yes, yes, yes.
And they came to Uttarakhand somewhere in the
Yeah, yeah.
के ऊपर.
So most of these Western rock bands do have an influence of,
Yeah. There's a lot of influence.
and
So
they find Shiva to be liberated, so they find the hash to be liberated. That's
much of
what.
it is just a kind of a identity thing, but many of them are genuine. So, for example, there was this guy called Krishna Das who sings
Mm, mm,
bhajans, and he is a
mm,
devotee of Neem Kirori Baba.
mm.
He's American, and Neem Kirori Baba saved his life. He was completely gone on drugs and alcohol, and he was finished. Neem Karori Baba pulled him out, and then when he realized, and he kind of got out. He was a musician, so he just devoted all his music just to this. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, all those. You listen to him, since you like music, and he's got a Western background music playing. He's
Oh,
composed the Hare Krishna and all with slightly Western touch. It's beautiful.
right.
But more than that, he's completely devoted. You listen to him, he's lost in the music. He's a Mirabai, Western Mirabai kind of a thing.
Oh,
You must listen to Krishna Das. This,
Krishnadas, right?
yeah.
I do play, but I'm not sure if I've watched it. But yeah,
You
I do
just
listen to
after
ISKCON
the talk,
music.
you can just go on YouTube and listen to it.
Because what happens usually when we are so high in doing the programs, we get so high
Mm.
with the head and all. And sometimes it takes a lot of time to calm down our body once we finish a program or a shoot. It's
Yeah.
very, very challenging to finish a shoot and then keep your body calm.
Mm.
It is, it's just impossible.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes the whole day of program shoot when you're meeting people, because creativity, you need to have so much, like obviously you'll relate to me
Yeah.
with your design thinking and all.
Yeah.
You have to think out of the box
Oh,
to
yeah.
get.
What do you do, Kapil?
I have a production house
Oh,
which makes a lot of content.
what
And
visual content? I mean, like
yeah, yeah,
movies. I mean,
music videos, ad films, corporate films.
my wife was a creative director with Sachi and Sachi.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Although she has a copy background, not
Oh,
a
nice.
background.
I had a stint with Lentas.
Yeah. She was also in Litters.
Okay. I did one shoot with Aishwarya.
Mm.
This was the Nakshatra ad.
Okay. Where are you based, Kapil?
I'm based from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. Okay.
Yeah. So this was 2004. I was assisting on the shoot for the ad.
Mm.
Then I was part of the Lord of the Rings production here in Annapurna. 1, 2, 3. All was made here in Hyderabad.
Mm.
And then I was there in Mumbai for 2-3 years. I was part of this big company called Inega Entertainment, which was primarily working with Channel V.
Mm.
All right. So we were sourcing VJs for Channel V, and also I did the IPL 3 seasons. The initial IPL.
Excellent. Pretty
I was part of the IPL
accomplished
team.
person.
Yeah.
What's the name of your company in Hyderabad?
A Couple Dev Communications.
A Kapil Company. Okay.
So I was in Mumbai 2008, 9, 10. I was part of Inega. It was also connected with DNA Networks and all.
Yeah.
So, but again, back then, there was also Hyderabad was in a very volatile stage with the agitation and all.
Mhm.
The state was getting bifurcated.
Mhm.
So the whole 5 years was very challenging
Yeah.
to get the businesses happening here in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't that rosy. But
Mhm.
eventually, I started producing in 2012. I was started producing for TV channel
Mhm.
called Local News Channel.
Okay. Okay.
So I finished with my journey with Mumbai, then had to be here in Hyderabad. Then I produced about 30, 40 shows for a news channel here
Mm.
called 10 TV.
Mm.
So I was also doing a celebrity engagements. Any celebrity who wants to come to Hyderabad, they would contact me and I would sort of engage in all these things. Then in 2016, I had a chance to work with Doordarshan Chennai.
Mhm.
For about 3 episodes. They wanted to shoot me as a brand face.
Mhm.
And I did the shoot. Then I got a chance to chance to produce one show on online called 100 Prawns of Hyderabad, which was a very popular show.
Mhm.
Did about 25, 30 episodes there. Very popular. It was on TV. It was hugely popular in Hyderabad circles. Was a revelation here.
Mm.
Then eventually I had the chance to become a CEO for a media company.
Mm.
We served for 5 years
Mm.
called Now Bharat Samachar. It's a Hindi national channel.
Mm.
I was serving as a CEO and also a shareholder in the company.
Mm.
2 years back, it was like 10 years completely in media was a huge headache. Not headache, but too challenging. You're facing so many things. So kind of took a pause and I started producing one film. Uh, had one schedule finished. So after these elections done, I'll start with the 3, 4 more phases of production. It's a bilingual film, so
It's
we
like a.
shot for one.
It's like a.
Yeah,
Like a. You
film,
release
film,
photos and all that, is it?
proper film,
Okay.
proper film.
It is what in
So
it's
that
Telugu.
last 1 year because sorry,
Is in Telugu, is it?
no, it will be in Hindi, Telugu, and Tamil, three
Uh,
languages. Three languages essentially because of the OTT market is big now.
mm.
So more like I've turned a producer.
Mm.
So I'm more an artist, but I always like production also has been my first kind of passion.
Mm.
Hosting, dubbing has always been my
Mm.
entry level thing.
Mm.
So yeah, hosting anytime. I would love to speak to people,
Yeah.
talk to them, and all.
Nice.
Production is on a big scale.
Very
I've
nice.
shot for one coffee ad last year. I'll share it with you. It
Okay.
was, and I've done about 30, 40 ad films as a
Mm-hmm.
producer, as a creative director, and all those
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm.
But once you become a producer, you become a producer. Yeah. So you'll do it because you want the content that you love to do. So that is one phase. And also, my family runs a healthcare center here,
Mm.
uh, hospital, proper hospital and pharmacy unit
Oh,
for last 4 decades. Yeah, dad and sisters and mom are all doctors.
uh-huh.
So I became the odd man out in the family. So though I did my thesis also in
Mm.
PhD, but never could relate
Call
myself.
you back. I'm in a Zoom meeting. I'll call you back. Sorry.
So now and then I keep visiting universities to speak.
Mm.
I recently spoke at the Don Bosco College in Goa about
Mm-hmm.
filmmaking.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
set up a workshop for them.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was at Serendipity Film Festival. Then I got invited in Bangalore several colleges to speak in all
Nice.
across in Hyderabad and Chennai, yes, wherever
Fantastic.
place.
Mm.
So wherever I get a chance to exercise my thoughts, and I also write poetry like how you write. So poetry is one kind of thing which I kind of
Mm.
takes me to a different zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, lyrics, poetry sometimes, and yeah. So now I dwindle between something, if with the business at home, sometimes I'm engaged in it, but mostly creative is creative. You are in it or you're not in it. So this year my challenge is to finish the film firstly and get it to release at least by this year, or if not this year, early part of next year.
I come to
Yeah.
Hyderabad sometime, quite a few times.
Okay.
I have two very good friends there. One is a chap called Rahul Luther, Rahul and Rajeshwari Luther.
Okay.
They used to run, they still run, outfit called Hope Trust, which is a de-addiction center.
Narendra Luther's son.
Narendra Luther's son.
He's my senior. He's my senior in school.
You're in HPS, is it?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And the other guy is also from HPS, a chap called Salim David.
Okay.
So, two good.
Yeah, public school guys. Yeah.
Huh?
Public school guys kind of get lost and we come back.
So these two are my good friends in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Visit them.
He's quite a name, na? Narendra Luther is quite a name.
Yeah. He was a well-known person, yes.
Well-known theatre personality.
So I go and stay with Rahul when
Okay.
to Hyderabad.
Yeah, he's quite a name.
Yeah, his mother is still around.
So where are you based, sir, now?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. Which part of Bangalore?
भैया इन्हीं का हम लोग रिकॉर्डिंग शो सबसे पहला रखे थे ना
21. Yeah, Navaratna में.
Bangalore Whitefield.
हाँ सपने नहीं प्रॉपर शो उनका रखा गया था
अतुल जी का प्रॉपर, हाँ राहुल जी का हम लोग शो करे थे हम लोग वही
हाँ
time.
राहुल का शो किया था. Yeah, I remember. I had to
हाँ,
keep Rahul on
उनका
show.
and mind it, his was the inaugural show.
I know. Yeah, Rahul gave a talk on de-addiction and all that.
Yeah.
That was the inaugural show.
Yeah.
True. De-addiction.
So how do you want to take this tomorrow? What do you have in mind? What do you want to do?
We'll just go by the flow, sir.
Flow?
I will.
How long is the chat?
1 hour.
1 hour. So it's a chat, is it? You will ask me questions. I'll
Yeah,
answer.
like how I'm talking right now, just
Like that.
Maybe a little more intense.
Are there also some question answers from the audience or no?
No, nothing. We're just you and me. Just we'll go it plain, like the way we spoke now. I would just recommend if you can wear a cap if you can.
Cap?
Yeah. Or a hoodie or something. Yeah.
Because of my bald head.
Yeah, just to look good on the screen.
Okay, sure.
Maybe some headgear, some kind of headgear. Just looks more presentable on the show.
Andy, let me try it out right away.
Yeah. Why not?
वो भैया वो जो आप पगड़ी पहनते हैं सराफा वाला पगड़ी वो पहन लीजिए.
Yeah, it's cool.
How's this?
Yeah, good, sir.
नहीं हम ये कह रहे हैं भैया आप जो वो पगड़ी बनाते हैं
पगड़ी
सराफा वाला
वो राहुल की बेटी की शादी में बांध दिया था वहां पे ताज बंजारा.
हाँ बाबा वैसा ही वाला बांधिए ना.
तो वो तो हम नहीं मान सकते ना, उसके शादी में गए थे तो वो लोग थे.
अच्छा उसके लिए तो कोई और बांधेगा.
Oh yeah.
This is the other option.
Yeah, why not?
Huh?
This looks spiritual actually.
And this is the third option.
Yes. So what we could do is
Which of the three?
The initial talk you can wear the first cap because you were the Western guy. And the second half of your life that you became spiritual and philosophical, you can wear this one.
With the Himachal topi, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
So the first journey is the normal cap, and then when you became philosophical.
Himachal or the Uttarakhand?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we can shift the headgear to two of them.
Okay. And I can wear the first headgear like this also.
Yes, yes. Oh yeah. Why not? Why
आपका
not?
आपका भैया एक फोटोग्राफ है ना,
हाँ,
ऐसे ही आपका,
है
आप कैप को उल्टा पहने हुए और फोटो
है
खींचे हुए हैं.
या ठीक है, कर देंगे.
Sure. Okay, sir. So we'll connect tomorrow,
चलो,
and thanks for your time.
चलो, good to
And
connect with you, Kapil.
thank you so much, sir.
Interesting
And
guy.
see you tomorrow
Good
by 8 o'clock.
in life and enjoying. Excellent.